Guys, welcome to the Wednesday Cardone University Mastermind. My name is Steve Spray, coming to you live from the 305. Thank you so much for showing up here. Guys, listen, every Wednesday, I come to you live right here in the Grant Cardone studios, the 10X studios, and we talk about Cardone University. We talk about all of the sales certifications that we have. I'm talking about the 10X Financial Freedom. We're talking about the sales and negotiating certification. We're talking about the business builder certification. We're talking about the phone mastery certification. If you're on Cardone On Demand, Cardone University, okay, that's what we're doing here. And so thank you for showing up. And this week we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics. And we're going to be talking about top traits of great salespeople. So if you don't know the top traits, you may not be hitting all the levels of success no matter where you're at. If you don't know the top traits, man, how are you going to get up there? So what I want to talk about is a program inside Cardone University. It's called Top Traits of Great Salespeople. I'm going to tell you how it changed my life. I'm going to tell you how I've seen a lot of success from it, how you should be using it, and we're going to go over some tips and tricks for this week. So if you guys want to call in, I want to answer any question you have. So whether it's about, am I doing the traits right? Is it about anything that has to do with your business, your sales? I'm taking all types of calls today. So if you got a problem, an objection, a hard customer, okay, stump me. Try to stump me. I tell you guys every week, if you call in with an objection and stump me, I'm going to buy you a ticket to the business boot camp. That's a $5,000 ticket. If you got one that stumps me, okay, that's how confident I am right there. All right, so you guys can call that number right there, 305-865-8668. So we've already got callers lining up. So this week, let's roll into it. Every week I pick a topic that we can discuss. And I was going through and I was thinking, man, we cover sales, or we covered the closing last week. We covered negotiating. We covered the cold calls. And I was looking in there and I was like, dude, there's one of my favorite courses that Grant has ever done. And it's one of the courses that I watch almost every single day. It's called Top Traits of Great Salespeople. I'm going to have Johnny flash over it. That way you guys can see it. And, the reason why this one's one of my favorites is because this program right here, it's not about strategy. It's about like, dude, how do I get my mind right? What should I be doing as a sales guy? What should I be thinking about, talking about, doing? What should I be focusing on every single day? So all those questions that we get, a lot of them are handled right in here, and it's not a one-time watch. You're not going to go through there and watch all 65 videos one time. This is something that you want to remind yourself every day. So for me personally, I like to use one video, and I tell you guys this all the time. I use one video from Top Traits of Great Salespeople every morning just to remind me. And so there's so many great ones there. Man, I always need to be reminded, what I'm doing. And I picked 5 that I want to talk about today. So if you guys want to call in, that number right there, 305-865-8668. That's the number you guys want to call in. So, Johnny, if you want to do this for me, before we get into it, flash up the 5 traits that I picked. And if you guys want to take notes, we're going to flash this up a couple different times. But I'm going to talk about these topics right here. And these are 5 traits of great salespeople. And so what happened was when I went in there, I found the one where it talked about, one of the top traits of a great salesperson is to always dress professionally. Okay, I've got my nice suit on. I'm always clean shaven. And you want to stay tight like that all the time. It says a lot about who you are. Some industries are like, man, you want to dress like your customer. That is wrong. That is wrong data. Like I remember when I was selling boats, they were like, man, you can wear shorts and flip-flops and you want to be like your customer. And I'm like, I just knew that wasn't right, man. I'm selling a guy a $300,000 boat. Okay, I don't want him to think that like, dude, I'm going to talk to this guy and I'm going to run off and I'm going to freaking hop on the skis right when I get off of work. Man, I need to let this guy know, dude, I'm the true pro here who's going to get you the best deal, the best boat, the best material, right? So you want to always dress professionally. And so I seen that one and I was like, dude, a lot of salespeople, this is a big issue for them, man. They don't always have their shirts tucked in. And this doesn't mean you got to go out and buy a $5,000 suit. That is not what that means. I actually don't spend a whole lot of money on suits, man. I buy suits once a year, and they're good, man. I wear them all year long, So clean them up, get them, get them dry cleaned. But you don't have to go out and buy expensive suits. Okay. The other thing about that, Johnny, flash that one up one more time, because I said dress professionally, but communicate professionally, which is huge. And the reason why I want to talk about the communicate professionally is because there's so many salespeople out there. Like when I talk to my buddies, I call them bud, bro. I see Johnny in the hallway. I'm like, what's up, dog? Dude, freaking fist bump, pa, you know, like, dude, you know, walk out, I'm like, whoa, Fred, what's up, buddy, dude? Hey, you know, like, dude, but I don't do that with my customers. You don't ever do that with your customers, right? And so when you're on the phone, you want to chop out, you know, the mans, the buds, the pals. Dude, wait till you guys are buds. Wait till you've done a lot of deals with them. And even in most cases, I never transition over to like just totally, you know, going bro out with the guy, you know. So you want to dress and communicate professionally. Now, I want to expand on that. Text message, email. Like when you send text message, man, I'll text with business owners all the time, even when they're like, what's up? You know, and they hit me with like, you know, whatever, you know, they're talking, or like cussing, or, you know, like I never cuss with clients. I just don't do it. Okay, because I stay a pro. Grant says, dude, the professional, one of the top traits, one of the top traits would actually be to dress and communicate professionally. And so I want you guys to think about that. Are you doing it? I'm going to take another caller. We're going to come back to these 4 steps. I got Daniel in Chicago.
You know, and they hit me with like, you know, whatever, you know.
Daniel in Chicago, what's up, man? How you doing today? Hey, Daniel, how's it going, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Dude, I'm doing incredible, man. What's happening for you today?
Hi. Yeah. So my question is related to an objection that I get from my service.
Good.
And the objection, well, first of all, I offer a nutrition coaching service, and the program that I sell is 12 months in length. They can pay monthly, but it's 12 months in length. And that's basically the objection that I'm getting, is the length of the time of the program, it being 12 months long. I have a number of reasons why I set it up that way. But that's the main objection that I'm getting. I'm trying to figure out how to handle that better. The one thing that I do to mitigate the objection is that I have a 30-day, I'm sorry, not a 30-day. I have a 3-month money-back guarantee, where if they're not happy after 3 months, they can get a full refund for everything they've paid and not have to pay anything further.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's I lean on that if there's an objection to it being 12 months in length, that I have the 3 months money-back guarantee.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been always enough to close deals.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. This is a great question, by the way, and it actually goes in alignment with one of the top traits that I was talking about today, which is actually going to be number 5. So I'm going to get to it, but it talks about the ability to predict. So a great salesperson would have the ability to predict. So that, because what I'm going to talk about right now, to handle some of this objection, I would actually present it in a different manner too. And so you would want to maybe tell people that, you know, you want to pitch lifestyle change. You're probably already pitching that, right? So if you're pitching a meal plan, you're pitching a lifestyle change, you know. And so what we've done is, you know, we found out that the biggest problem was for most people was that they didn't commit to the program long enough. And so most of our clients do 24-month, and we've got a 12-month package. What I'm offering you today is our starter pack at 1 year for a life-changing, and really just the 12-month commitments for you. You know, for us, I mean, I've got a program where you could go month to month, but, you know, I don't want you going into this program with the idea that you may quit.
Right.
So you may want to pitch that, though. That like I'm telling you, like, that's what I would say, because that's what I say to my people, right? Because I'm selling sales training. So if you're selling, because the people who sell SEO, you got the same problem. You know, you want a big 6-month thing because you're like, dude, it doesn't happen in the first 3 weeks. You know, and the guy who's selling the meal plan, it's like, dude, you know, 3 good meals is not going to get you the 6-pack. Like, you're not going to be on South Beach out here, like, throwing down, like, what's happening out there after 3 good meals. Like, you're going to need a game plan. And so for you, I would put a lot of emphasis on we strategically put this together. It's a 12-month plan, because your dieting in months 2 and 3 are different than months 4 and 6.
Right.
And so I would pitch that in the deal, and then I would talk about, I've got, and then so leave it open if you know, because you want to get your deals, you know, whatever. Some people just, like, because the real situation is probably not the commitment. The real situation is, what if I commit and it's the wrong thing?
Right. Yeah.
So when Grant talks about giving saying like hard questions, you need to say that. So what I would say is, yeah, hey, no problem, and we've got different options for you. But typically when I hear that, it's because you're more worried about the product itself than the commitment for 12 months. Is that right?
Yeah.
And so now I'm going down a different path, right? Rather than, and Grant talks about this. He talks about not chasing complaints that people think are actually objections, because that's not an objection. It's a complaint. Like, I don't want to do 12 months. You could do 12 months. You're going to be alive for 12 months. You just don't want to do 12 months, right? So I'm not going to say that to him, right? But I'm just, for me and you, I'm telling you that they could do 12 months. He doesn't want to do 12 months, right? And so for you, I would throw it in there that, hey, we put this plan together for you. The dieting looks different in month 6 than it does month 3. Okay, we've got an option for you to go 30 days, but for us, you know, we hate to have clients starting a program with the idea that they may quit. So that's why we provide the 12-month program for you. You know, so make it about it being something you did for them, because it is, you know, and it's also what you want too, man. So thanks a lot for that call. That's a great question. So, but the ability to predict. So this guy knows that, hey, this is the problem with my deal. And the real issue is probably not even the fact that people want to go 12 months. People want to commit to things. They don't want to commit to the wrong thing is what they're thinking, right? So you need to handle the real situation. So tell them, say, excellent, we have other options. I've got 30-day options, 2-week options. I've got 1-day options. I've got 1 hour. I've got 1 snack time option. If you want to snack time with us, I've got it for you. But let me tell you this, the only time I hear this is when people are not sure about committing to the product. Is that true for you? Okay, and so move down the path of where the real problem is. I'm going to take another caller. Christine in San Francisco, how you doing today?
Hey, Steve, I'm fabulous. How are you? You are busting out of your suit with your biceps.
It's because I've been working out a lot. I switched.
Good.
And I appreciate you noticing, by the way. That's it. Anything to feed my confidence. You guys, I'll actually put you ahead of the callers. Just tell Natalie I've got a confidence call. Okay, it's totally to boost Steve's ego. Okay, she'll put you up.
Hey, I'm a Leo. I understand these things.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Hey, so I'm just calling with some really great feedback. I was on a call with a referral last week, and they said they're pretty hardcore, and they said, we want to even out our sales. And I said, well, like Grant Cardone, right? Well, if you're having problems with that, it means you need a bigger pipeline. And they were like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I was like, score.
Pipelines, more sales solves all problems.
Exactly. And I totally learned that from Grant and from you. So I just wanted to call and give that feedback and say, you know, you guys are fabulous, and thanks so much.
You're the best. We appreciate you, Christine. Thank you so much, and thank you for the compliment. Appreciate that.
Yeah, my pleasure. Enjoy.
All right, guys, look, I want to move on. Thank you so much. I'm going to move on to the next one. And so, John, if you want to flash this up real quick so that way we can get to number 2 right here. If you guys are writing this down, I want you to grab this one. Think about a business rather than a sale. Think about a business rather than a sale, right? So if I'm a salesperson in this company, like I've built up my business. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. So, I get here, I'm a new sales guy, I'm making phone calls. Nobody knows me. They don't know. They might know who Grant Cardone is. Okay, you work for Pepsi. They know who Pepsi is, but they don't know who you are. You sell homes. They know what homes are. They don't know who you are, right? So every call that I'm making, I'm thinking about, dude, I'm building a business. And I don't stop there. When I get a deal, I'm thinking about, okay, good, I've got this one deal. What would a business do? A business would be looking for more support. Okay, we found ways to do that. We got more support for them. We found ways to help out the people that they know, maybe their vendors, maybe other people that they do business with. So I'm always asking for referrals, I'm also trying to figure out, I'm trying to stay close to them so that way I can upsell them more products. For us, like I've got my clients, when we do a big event here, like the Business Boot Camp, I call all my clients, man, the ones that I already know. I'm going to call up and I'm like, how many people you got coming to our event? Those are the ones that I'm going to get extra sales because That's what a business is going to do. So as a salesperson, stop just thinking about the one sale. Stop just thinking about, because I'm not even thinking about, like, one sale might pay me X amount of dollars. Let's just say one sale pays me $1,000. I'm not thinking about that $1,000. That $1,000 is going to go away from me. I'm probably going to spend it that next month. I mean, that's a rent, that's car payments, that's groceries, that's going to go away, right? But I'm thinking about that one client, like, dude, how can I build something with this one client? Like, I did this with the big furniture chain that we've been working with. I got one person and I said, hey, you know what? That guy knows a lot of people. And once I also can start staying in his neighborhood and growing out of his neighborhood, I'm going to actually go, I'm going to expand, and I'm going to actually build my business. Now, my business actually is to a lot of the folks that are similar to this guy. When I look at prospecting, when I go prospect, I think about, dude, who does this guy know that I'm doing well with, who loves me, who if I've got it, like if I cold call somebody he might know, and I can say, hey, I know you don't know me, but don't even take it from me, man. Call my guy Ryan. You need to talk to Ryan right now. Or I'll call my guy Glenn Lundy, dude. We're working with some of the top Chevy dealers in the entire country, man. Listen, I need you to talk to my guy Glenn. I don't even want you to take a call with me right now. Call Glenn first. Okay, they're one of the top dealers. He's like, what? No, I know Glenn. Yeah, exactly, man. And so I can flip him into the maybe. Oh, well, if he's doing it, maybe I would look at it. Right? So I want you guys to think about building a business rather than just the one sale. Okay, because it's going to help you out. Next caller. Nice. Dan, Rochester, New York. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great, guys. How's it going over there?
Man, I'll tell you what. It's incredible. We are expanding. We are getting bigger on the events. I've been with Grant for a while. It's just, it's exciting, man. And so, you know, we appreciate you showing up. And how can we help you out?
Hey, man, I'm just trying to find the right vehicle, like you guys have been talking about, in tool equipment sales right now. I kind of own my own franchise, and
Dan the Tool Man.
I'm just looking at the cap on it, and I'm kind of up there right now. I don't see him making more than $100,000 though as a tool salesman, you know.
Yeah.
Distributor, and I'm really I like selling, and I've been trying to get into like apartments. I can kind of afford like the single duplexes, fourplexes, but I just I don't know if that's right for me.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna have to get a bunch of them.
Yeah, this is a great question. This is actually in alignment with one of the topics for today. I'm gonna have Johnny. I think you got. I'm in sync with my listeners right now. I knew what they were going to be looking for. If you guys go all the way down to number 4, it says they are not looking for greener pastures. Now, let me tell you what this means in reference to Dan saying, hey, man, I don't know if I'm in the right vehicle. So what I would ask is this. Are there people making more than $100,000 selling tools?
When you get up to, like I finished up at number 72 last year out of North America. And my gross, like, overall was like 580 in overall sales. Number one guy was like 1.2 million was his sales. So I do have some room, but.
So what did he make? $300,000?
I ended up bringing home about 80 after everything was said and done. So I mean, I could probably get up to 100, 150. You know, if I double it.
But it looks like you might be able to triple it. Is that right? So you could do 300 grand. You could do 300 grand selling the tools.
Yeah, like the top guys up to about 1.2. You know, pushing 580 last year. I'm doing. I got about 300 already this year.
Yeah, good, man. So you know, there's two ways that you could look at this. You know, and this is where most salespeople run into problems because they're like, dude, I'm not the top. You know, what else is out there? Am I in the right vehicle? Like, dude, it's where, and when Jared says, are you in the right vehicle? Dude, you need to figure out, hey, dude, is this the right vehicle? And if it is, then you need to fully commit. So he always says, dude, are there people making money doing this? You got a guy who's making, how much money is that guy making per year? What is his take home? I know you said 1.2 in sales. What is he taking home?
Well, I got to figure it's probably double of mine. So
good.
About 150 maybe, right?
Good.
I haven't asked him, but.
Yeah, good.
I don't know if his margins are down, but I was 42% margin on all my stuff.
Yeah, you don't need to get all analytical on it, dude. I would just look at the fact that, like, hey, what is currently happening? Because if you can, so now you see that, hey, there's a double available. So is it me? Can I double? And so if you're looking to do that, I mean, I would think about, dude, I'm going to get so good at this job, because what's happening is when you go over to another vehicle and you produce half of what the top guy does there, you're probably going to do the same thing over there, man. So that's where Jared says, even in the Young Hustlers, man, he says, dude, look at you. Find out if you're the one that needs to get better at it. And so, you know, before I would even do that, I mean, that's the problem for most salespeople. Not great salespeople, most salespeople. Because one of the top traits is that they're not looking for greener pastures. The top trait would be a guy saying, I'm all in on this tool deal. Like me, I could go sell anything I want to. I know for sure. I could go sell real estate. I could sell mortgages. I could sell SEO. I could sell tools. I could sell furniture. I could sell cars. And there are people in those industries making a ton of money, right? But I'm not looking at what they're doing. I'm looking at, dude, hey, because I'm committed to my vehicle right now. I'm not looking for a greener pasture. I'm like, hey, how can I increase my income? Right? So until I know for sure that I am tapped out, that you can't make any more money for sure in my deal, then what happens is I'm not even going to look over there. I'm not even going to think about whether I'm in the right vehicle. I'm going to say, hey, I'm in a vehicle and I'm not even driving as fast as I can go. I've got my car and I'm driving in third gear. I got 2 or 3 more gears to go. You know, so I would really think about that, and I would start to just punch into like, hey, dude, how can I blow it out here? And once you get to that top spot and you feel that, hey, you know what, dude, I crushed it here. I dropped the mic on him. And you're like, hey, I can't go anywhere else, man. Then that might be the time for you to find out, hey, you know what, there could be a better place to go. But at this point, man, it looks like you can double your income in the spot that you're at without having to go somewhere else to start over. You know, so you would really want to look at that. So thanks a lot for calling in, man. I appreciate that. So that is one of the top traits of a great sales guy. He's not looking at greener pastures. He's like, dude, I'm gonna water my own lawn right now. And that's where there's actually a video. John, if you pull up Cardone in the search bar, just type in green. You just type in green right there, and that'll. There's one that says greener pastures. Yeah, so this video right here, if you guys just go watch that, the greener pastures video, it's one of my favorite ones. If you need a reset, go watch this video. I love this video. I love watching this one. Why? Because, dude, it puts me back into like, there's just so much good data from like this one video. It really helps you get back on track. And so that was one of the traits, man. I know I've got a ton of callers. Go ahead and take another one. Clayton in PA, how you doing today, sir?
Yeah, how you doing?
Dude, I'm doing incredible, man. What's happening in the PA?
We're doing all right. I got a quick question for you. I want to get my pitch tight.
Dude, let's get it tight, dude. I'm talking about airtight. Okay, let's hear it.
Let me tell you what I'm selling really quickly, so you know what I'm working with.
I love that.
So, I am selling a free 10-minute cyber risk assessment. I'm work for a company called Fifth Wall.
So hold on.
Basically,
let's stop there. So you sell a free session?
Right. So that's what I'm doing. I'm making the cold calls.
You sell time
into this organization.
Okay.
So I sell the assessment. I basically just get my schedule meeting with them, right? And then one of my colleagues will go walk them through it, and I get commissions on all that, right?
Good. That's good.
But my issue has been, I've been doing this for about a week, and I was actually selling candy before this, but I jumped on this because I wanted to get a better vehicle.
Okay.
Because the margins weren't big enough.
Yeah, I love that.
Can I just hit you with what I usually, because I'm usually talking with receptionists, just to make sure that I can get to the right person, right?
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. So let's hear it, and I'm gonna give you my information, and I'm gonna tell you what I learned from Grant Cardone on this. All right.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Go.
So I always start with, would you be willing to help me find someone? And then they say, sure. And I say, well, the reason I'm calling is to have a meaningful conversation about something that I think is valuable, which is a free 10-minute cyber risk assessment of your company. But I want to make sure that the person I talk to is going to value what I'm going to say. My name is Clayton from Fifth Wall, and we provide risk management solutions for cyber issues.
Okay. I'm not digging it, dude. I'm not digging it. There's a lot of reasons why I'm not digging it, actually.
Okay.
And so I appreciate and I love the fact that you're bringing it up, man. Because I mean, guys, if we don't ever talk about what you're doing, then we can't figure out how to like move a few. You're usually like 2 or 3 words away from like a solid tight pitch. So I keep everything in there. Like, it was good because you hadn't used any of the cyber nomenclature with me yet. So I love the fact that you were like, hey, what I would just do is because I did a show a couple weeks ago just about like what the pitch should be like. So number one, I would call up and I'd be like, who am I? And so you kind of did that. I would just get there quicker. And then I would talk about, what you're calling about, which you said the cyber, and what you're looking for, why you're calling and what you're looking for. And so you're looking for the 10 minutes, right? So you're calling up, you're saying, my name's Clayton, okay? But you put a lot of emphasis on how valuable you were. It just doesn't matter, dude. Like, I know some people say, dude, tell them that, if the frame, you got to frame up the power frame. Dude, all that is so bogus. Come sit in my sales office and see if I power frame somebody, dude. I don't do any of that stuff, okay? And so what I want you to do is I want you to think with this, man, like you're selling somebody on 10 minutes a time. So in Grant's Master the Cold Call program, I'll actually have Johnny just click on the Master the Cold Calls, the way you guys can see where I get all my information from. So Master the Cold Call, this program is so sick and it's so deep. And if you've only been through it one time, guys, you're hurting yourself. I mean, this has got to be studied and listen to what he's saying. So if you go down there, the second row there, Johnny, if you scroll down to the left, he tries to zoom in real nice for you guys. Yeah, the cold call process. A lot of this just breaks down, hey, here's how you should make it a lot more simpler, not just for you, but you need to make it more simple for them. Like, he's going to tell you what to say in the greeting, how to make the big claim. And so I want to talk about that. Number one, what I would do if I were you, man, Clayton, is I would just say, hey, I'm Clayton. I'm calling from XYZ. Okay, whatever the name of your company is. And then I would make a bigger claim. So this is the question I want you to ask yourself. Why do people buy this product? Like a simple answer. Just why do people buy it?
It prevents, like, if they get a breach in their company.
Good. Prevents breach.
Yeah.
Prevents a big breach. Okay. What else? What's like another reason somebody would buy the product? Because nobody cares.
You can lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. You can lose millions of dollars.
Good. So that would actually be a detail on the big breach, right? So breach could cost you $100,000. So I'm going to, these are big claims, right? So what I would talk about when I call up is I would say, hey, I'm Clayton. I'm giving you a call from XYZ company. The reason why I'm calling is because you're in our area. We're reaching out. There's there's actual possible cyber breaches that are costing over $100,000. And what we're looking for is the person in your company who would take 10 minutes to look at our product to see if we could provide some protection for you. Okay, but before I waste any of your time, are you the person who would take that phone call?
That's good stuff.
Yeah, so this is where I'm going to go. Like, I already know that this person is not, if it's the first phone call, it is not the person that you need to be talking to. So this is where, the salesperson's ability to predict has got to be so high. Like, I know that the person I'm talking to is not going to be it, but my job is not to devalue the receptionist. My job is to actually, if I get blocked by the receptionist, I know that she's going to be running some plays against me. So I would be so stupid to think that I could just be like, yeah, I need to talk to somebody who's more important, and I'm not even saying this for you, Clayton. I'm saying this because I hear a lot of phone calls where people devalue the receptionist. They're mean to the receptionist. And I'm like, why are you doing that? You're never going to get to the decision maker. So the way that Grant says it is, man, value them and raise them up. So for me, what I do, if I get a receptionist on the call, she calls up, hello, thanks for calling Natalie's Furniture. This is Stephanie. Stephanie, how are you? My name's Steve. I'm calling you from Grant Cardone's office. How's it going? Going good. Excellent. Hey, listen, I'm giving Natalie a call, and I wanted to get 10 minutes of time with her, and I figured I'd have to speak to you first. Okay, we're actually preventing major cyber breaches that are happening, costing over $100,000. Would she take that 10-minute phone call with me today? I'm gonna go in to actually pitch. I'm gonna keep it tight, dude, and I'm gonna pitch this chick as like, dude, hey, I knew I was gonna have to talk to you first. She's like, you knew that you're gonna, dude, like value that person, man, like pump them up. And when you start pitching the receptionist and you start going in, the conversation gets so much, because she's like, oh wow, this guy thinks that I'm important. Like, dude, this guy must be important. Like, hey, what did you say your name was? It was Clayton. Is that with a K or a C? Like, dude, it's a different deal. You know what I'm saying? And that's where, like, there's 4 videos inside the Master of the Cold Call that Grant talks about actually getting through the gatekeeper. Like, I'm on a call. I had a receptionist call me back a little bit ago, man. I called her up and I pitched her on getting a program to the executive, and she calls me back. Hey, I needed to make sure I got that data right. Guess what? She didn't call me back because she got the data wrong. She called me back because she actually got up. She walked in and said, this guy from Grant Cardone's office called. He's got X, Y, Z, and he wants to offer you, and he has a special deal for you. He said, I don't know what he said, because I haven't talked to him yet, but he said something, because she called me back. Hey, I want to check on that again. Can you give me that pricing again? So I don't know what happened. I just know that I had a lot better chance getting through the gatekeeper by partnering with the gatekeeper than trying to, like, overrun the gatekeeper, right? So, dude, hope that helped out. I mean, there's so much I could help you out with, but I'm going to tell you that Master the Cold Call is going to, like set you up the right way and give you everything you need. Cool? And remember that you're selling time, too. Remember that in your pitch, dude, you're selling time. You don't sell cybersecurity. You sell 10 minutes. You sell time, right? So don't get off that. Like, you're going to talk about the cyber thing, but you're still going to go back to, we're really looking for 10 minutes. So, you know, and Grant's going to talk a lot about that in Master the Cold Call, because that's what the whole program is about, selling people on time. Okay, so thanks a lot for calling, man. That was great. I know we got a bunch of callers. So, guys, just to go over the 5 traits of great salespeople today. Number 1, dress and communicate professionally. This actually goes back to what I just got done talking about, dude. A real pro is not going to, like, bash a receptionist or a gatekeeper. The real pro is going to communicate with them. That's what's going to get you through. That's going to get you more deals. Okay, number 2, think about a business rather than a sale. Number 3, do not view failed sales as lost sales. We haven't even talked about this one yet. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this one right here. Like, when I lose a sale, like, you know, back in my early days when I couldn't get through the gatekeeper, and I was just like, man, dude, this is crazy. I started, like, paying attention, like, what am I saying to the gatekeeper that's not getting me through? What am I saying to the gatekeeper that's getting me, like, tossed up and thrown in the trash? What am I doing on deals that I'm presenting where customers are giving me feedback? If you can take that type of responsibility, where you can write down the objections, the words, write down the words they say, not the ones you say. Stop paying attention to you, dude. Look at the words that they say and think about, hey, why did they say that? What did I actually say? What did I do to cause that type of reaction? And that'll change the way you see your presentation and your phone calls and your pitch. Next caller. Kevin in Canada, how you doing, sir?
Hey, Todd, what's going on, man?
What's up, buddy? My name's Steve, but that's all right, man. That'd be my fault, not yours.
My bad, brother, my bad.
Sorry, John.
Hey, yeah.
What's up, man? What's up? What can I, it's all right, dude. It doesn't even matter. Names were made up.
I got a question for you, brother. So it's about building rapport, man. And people are telling me, yeah, when is it a good time to build rapport? You know, people are saying in the beginning of a pitch, like, when is it a good time, man?
Second one is a great time to build rapport. You know how I build rapport?
Oh.
This is how I build rapport. Kevin, thank you for calling. What can I get you information on? Okay, because if you called my company, what would you be looking for?
Yeah, I'm looking for business, man. I'm looking for your products.
Yeah, you're looking for information, man, on something. You know, so I'm going to go straight to what I already know you're looking for. This is where so many people fail on the rapport thing, because they're like, hey, I need to talk to them about, I need to build rapport by getting to know this person. Dude, they didn't call to get to know you. They don't know you yet. They're calling to get some information. So lead with, hey man, what can I get you information on? And this has been one of the game changers, you know. So what type of business are you in?
It's training young leaders.
Training young leaders, dude. I love that. And so are you doing like speaking engagements, or do you do like what does that look like?
Yeah, it's like mastermind groups, little workshops, seminars.
Yeah, good. So I'm going to tell people what they already know, man. I'm going to be, when I go talk to a group of kids or like a group of people, or like people in their 20s, man, I'm going to tell them, I'm going to say, guys, listen, okay, my name's Kevin. I want to tell you a little bit about me. What I do is actually help train leaders. And I know everybody wants to be a leader, but the reality is this. Most people went to high schools and elementary schools that never talked about leadership. Okay, they don't teach that stuff in college. So the issue for people who are trying to be leaders is they've never had the information. We've actually put together a program that would allow you to be in my program to help you become a leader. Now, why would you want to be a leader? Okay, it's going to get you to the top of the business that you're working for. Being a leader is going to get people to follow you. That's what you're looking for, right? So whatever your pitch is, did you run into it? But I would give people what they want first, and then I would actually get into communication with them by telling them what they're already thinking. You know, so if I'm pitching leadership, I'm going to tell them, you know, because they're not thinking about the leadership thing yet. You know, I'm not thinking about, you know, I'm not, like when I call up a guy, he's not thinking about sales training at that time. I'm calling him about sales training. He's not thinking about it. If he was, he would have called me. It would have been the opposite, right? So I need to tell him what he's thinking. John, hey, my name's Steve. I'm from Grant Cardone's office. Hey, I know you don't have time right now, but I wanted to reach out and get you some access to my program. Okay, it's going to help you solve some issues with your people that'll help get more sales. Okay, I know you don't have time, so I wanted to give it to you. Right? Like half the conversation's me and him, but it's just me, right? I'm telling him what he's thinking. And so he's like, yeah, because he's agreeing with that. He's like, yeah, I don't have time. Yeah, I do want more sales. Yeah, that okay. And so that would be the way that I would build rapport with the guy. Okay, does that help out?
Yeah, it does. It sounds like you're bringing up the problem first. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, exactly, man. Up front, I mean, I would present it to him, you know. So that's part of the pitch, you know, like in a 20-second pitch, man. You want to maybe present something that could be an issue for somebody, you know. So for you, like, why would I want to be a leader? You know, like for the people that you talk to, why are they trying to like get information on leadership?
Most of the time, they just want to be more confident in that role, right?
Perfect. That's it right there. Hey, most people, sir, wanted to have more confidence. Okay, and we actually codified the way to get more confidence was to learn more about leadership. So we put a program together about leadership, man, and confidence helps you out everywhere you go, man. It helps you out with your spouse, okay? Helps you out in your job, helps you out with your kids, helps you out in your community. Okay, and so we put this program together, and I want to spend about 10 minutes with you just showing you what we can do to help you out. Okay, do you have 10 minutes right now?
All right, okay.
All right, man. Appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
All right, thanks, dude. All right, man. Juan, what's up, man? Juan in Texas.
Hey, Steve.
How are you, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Dude, I'm doing great. You know what I miss from Texas is the tacos.
And not the heat, right?
Not the heat, dude. I got enough of that in Miami, man. How can I help you out?
Hey, Steve, I was going to ask you, what are some good word tracks for ending a cold call on a maybe instead of a flat-out no?
Good, beautiful question, man. You ready? Get your pen. Get your pen ready. Okay.
Yeah, got it.
So when a guy tells you, I mean, so on a cold call, you're calling up, selling him on time, right? And he's like, I don't have time.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent, sir. I knew that before I called. And let me ask, if you're telling me that if you had the time, you would look at the product. Is that what you're saying? Because no matter what he says, it changes the game, right? So, hey, perfect, man. I knew you didn't have time. That's why I gave you a call first. Hey, so you're telling me that if you had time, you'd take a look at it. He's either there's only two things he can say, which actually are different than the I don't have time. No, we wouldn't look at it. Is different than I don't have time. Or, yeah, I'd look at it if I had the time. Is different than I don't have time, right? So it's a way to like a wrestler, man, like a freaking, in Top Traits of Great Salespeople, Grant talks about salespeople are like magicians. And this is a way for you to be a magician, man. This is a way for you to be like, excellent, sir, so you don't have time right now, and I get that. Hey, that's why I gave you a call first. Hey, but let me ask you this. You're telling me that if you had the time, you'd take a look at it? Nah, man, we wouldn't look at it. I understand. Is that because you guys have used something like this before? I'm gonna go down my fact finding, man. I'm gonna use my fact finding in the cold call. Like, I'm not gonna give up on his deal. If on the other side he tells me, yeah, you know, we would look at it. Excellent, man. When can I get 10 minutes of your time just to show you the program? Oh, you know what? Call me back next week. Excellent, sir, and thank you for that. And before I give you a call back, can you give me 30 seconds right now? I want to get you on my website. That way you know what I'm calling you back about, just to see if it's worth a conversation for you. You know? Like, because like now I've got new cards to work with. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a new hand of cards at this point.
So you shifted the conversation, basically.
I'm saving the conversation, man. I'm moving the guy. I'm moving the guy along in the deal. Okay, if he was already over here, dude, he would have called you and said, "Hey, man, I need to buy your product." But he's not. He's way over here, and I'm trying to pull him along through the deal. Okay, so what other objections do you get?
Just flat out not interested, and I already work with somebody else.
I understand. So you're saying that if you were interested in a product like this, you'd give us a shot? Oh, no, well, we've already got something like that. Well, dude, now I'm somewhere else in the call than where I was, because no, we're not interested and we're already using somebody else are two different things. There's two different ways to handle it.
Wow, okay, that makes sense.
You know? And so you as a salesperson are never going to be able to sell anybody, dude, if you can't predict that I'm making a cold call, there's going to be an objection, and then I just need to use the right words to get them into that maybe land to kind of move them up into, hey, we would take a look at that, right? So a great way is just to grab the objection and say, hey, so you're telling me that if you had the time, you'd take a look at it. You're telling me that if you were interested in a product like this, you'd give our company a shot. You're telling me that, what other objections do you get, dude? Let's just go through them all.
I already work with somebody else.
You're telling me that if you weren't already working with somebody else, you'd give us a shot? Well, maybe. Good, man. Well, hey, I mean, while we're on the topic, man, let me show you what else we can do. Maybe you wanted to use both of us. I mean, if my product's as good as, if it's half as good as I think it is, sir, by the end of our phone call, you'd be doing business with both of us. What do you say? Give me 10 minutes, take a look. If you don't like it, I'll hang up on myself.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
You know, and I don't know, dude. Does that work with everybody? Try it on 100 people. It's going to get you better than what you're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you guys got to fight in these calls, man. Great salespeople fight for, like, the deal, you know? That doesn't mean you need to be hard. That means you need to be good. That's where the Cardone University comes in. Okay, so, man, thanks a lot for calling in, Juan, dude. That's awesome. If you get an opportunity, mail me some tacos, and I'd be very grateful for you, sir. Guys, every Wednesday we come to you. We talk about sales. We handle objections. We talk about problems. This week we talked about top traits. I got three actually, that I want to handle, and this is for the managers that are out there. This actually came from the managers on our program. So, top question right here. Number one, my top sales guys just do not want to train. No matter how much accountability I drive home, they feel like they don't need it, and I get resistance. How do I get them to buy in? I know it will help them, and I don't want to lose them. There's a few key things that I would actually look at there. You need to hook up my boy Kevin on the leadership, dude. That's what I would look at, man. Be the leader. And what I mean by that is a lot of people, they're going to follow somebody, right? And so if they see you not doing the training, why would they do the training? If I see Grant loafing off, guess what I'm probably going to end up doing? Dude, I might just be loafing off, dude. I might be messing around a little bit. I might be goofing around. I might be taking coffee breaks, man. If I see Grant or Jared, if I see Jared, you know, doing something stupid in the office, guess what, man? I'm like, hey, I'm going to follow my big brother, man. I'm going to do something stupid in the office, right? So leadership starts with you. I would train more than anybody in the entire store, okay? And if you're not willing to do that, I would say, dude, check your commitment level first, man, and that, because your people aren't going to check their commitment level until you do. And so train more, hustle more, show them, hey, listen, man, this is what I did this week. I did 300 segments of training this week, man. What'd you do? 12? How much money are you going to make this year? Okay? You need to show them, man. And then the other part of that is this. You said, I know it will help them and I don't want to lose them. Okay, this is an issue for you, man. You're being held hostage by your salespeople. Okay, so if you know that it will help them, tells me that they could get better. So are their quotas high enough? Do you have the same quota for your new guys as you have as your veteran guys? Man, I would pump those guys up. I'd say, hey, man, you've been here for 5 years. You've been here for 10 years. You should be selling 4 or 5 times as much as everybody else, man. Good for you. You came to work. You did your job. That's the way I get treated here. Grant's like, okay, good, man. You're selling 5 times more than anybody? You should. Okay? So the fact that you clock in every day, you sell 5 times more than anybody, just tells me that, dude, you did your job. Because your job is to sell 5 times more than everybody else. So you need to be selling 10 times. That's actually what I expect. Okay? Keeps me on guard all the time, dude. I'm not letting off. It shows me, like, dude, I'm hustling harder than all these guys in here, dude. I'm running around. I see a guy hustling hard, dude. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to get in front of him. I'm like, dude, there's a guy coming. Okay, number 2, my management staff, they struggle to get my team role-playing. How can I go about getting them to understand the importance of role-playing? Secondly, how do I get them to get past how uncomfortable it is to do it so we can grow? 2 things right here, okay? So he's talking about the importance of role-play. So 1, play the role-play video. 2, you can give them the sports analogy, man. I mean, people practice before they get into the game. It's just how pros operate. Okay, top traits of great salespeople, role-playing every single day is one of them. Most people don't want to role play because they feel weird, right? If I told Johnny to come over here, and me and Johnny role play, and Johnny felt all nervous about it, he's like, hey man, this is kind of weird. Okay? Guess what's going to happen when Johnny gets in front of a customer where it actually matters? It's going to be super weird. Okay? So like this is a thing that you've got to overcome. The way that it happens is with more training, because if they know what to do, they're going to feel better about doing it. It's like dancing. Okay, it's like, who doesn't think dancing's awkward? You know what I mean? Dude, when you're in middle school, when you guys were in middle school, you go out and you're like, okay, dude, who's the first one to go? And how do you do it? Somebody show me how you do it. Like I did it like I grew up on a farm in Indiana. My dad didn't teach me how to dance, just saying. Okay, he's a great guy, perfect guy. He just didn't know how to dance. Okay, so I had to learn, man, but I was like nervous, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So listen, you got to role play, and just so like, all you got, role play for 5 minutes in the morning. Hey guys, just role play the call. Role play together. I wouldn't put him up in front of the group, by the way. Grant does that to me at the boot camps, man. He puts me in front of 300 people at role play. That is a little bit different. I mean, I'm telling you, there's a little bit of pressure when I got 300 people looking at me, listening to every little word, than when I'm just sitting back there role playing with my guy. So I would actually set it up, have everybody get partners. There should be 2. Your team's 1,000 people. There should be 500 sessions of role play going on at one time. Okay, so think about that, do it, and show the video of the role play, man. It really helps out when you can just like understand that, like, oh wow, this is for me to get better. Number 3, will my sales team benefit going to the growth conference? Man, what an unbelievable question. Your sales team, okay, the only reason that they wouldn't benefit from the 10X growth conference, there's only one reason, by the way, okay, and that's if they don't show up. So it's on you to get your team the tickets, man. Well, I'm excited about this 10X growth con. I mean, every year Grant's like, okay, that was good. That was okay. Okay, now we got to freaking blow this thing up, okay? Always better than the last one, okay? We've got 35,000 people going to be at this next deal, and I'm telling you what, it is going to be insane. You need to have your whole team there. And we're actually selling tickets right now at crazy prices. What's our website they can go to get the $100 ticket? 10xgrowthcon.com/10x. 10xgrowthcon.com/10x. We're selling tickets for $95 right now. And they're like super early bird. They're like before the egg bird deals right now, okay? It's like get in there, buy 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 of these tickets, get them, and bring your team, bring your clients, bring your friends. Hey, you've been trying to get your cousin to like bump up a little bit and like get his life together one time. Say, hey, bro, I got you, dude. I got you a ticket to the 3-day 10X boot camp, or the 10X Growth Con in Miami. Yeah, you don't have to tell them that you only paid $100 for the ticket. Tell them, dude, I bought you the big ticket, okay? We're taking you to the big show. All right, guys, every Wednesday, Cardone University Mastermind. I come to you live to help you out. Thank you for joining. As always, we're going to see you back here next Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks a lot.